It just came out as a one-off single. It was out on 12 as well on vinyl. Almost sort of going back to like sort of some like sort of deep house stuff I was listening to like in the sort of late 80s and early 90s. Yeah, I mean I suppose when I was doing it I was thinking of sort of records that I really loved, like a lot of the Fingers Inc stuff and quite melodic and yeah, more like the sort of deep house stuff really. Which is probably why we didn't put it on the album in the end, because it probably would have been at odds with the rest of the stuff on it. But yeah, it was great. It's not, you know, I still love that style of music. You know, there's the whole thing with the Style Council, you know, unreleased records, a record that got turned down. So I kind of, you know, it's not like I didn't know that kind of music. Do you know what I mean? That Dangerous Age. Well, it's me just sort of taking the piss out of people's conception of or preconceptions of when you're at a certain age and how you should behave and how you should dress and think. It was kind of about a sort of, you know, a guy who's stuck in his job, an office job, who doesn't really like it, but the money's good, and having a bit of a sort of midlife meltdown, I suppose, which doesn't apply to me at all. There is no way to act, there is no set path at all, you know, we're all making this shit up as we go along, you know, and I sometimes see it at gigs. I see people my age who I can tell really want to go mad and let their hair down, but I think I can tell they just feel a little bit self-conscious because should we still be doing this at 50, 40, whatever they may be. Which of course you fucking can, you know, you can do it at any age you like really, and fuck what everyone else thinks, you know, and so that was the intention behind the song, I suppose, really. I'm a Syd Barrett fan, and thought it was a nice idea for a song really. Just maybe what would have happened, what would Syd's life been like if he hadn't got into music and he'd just stayed a painter and travelled around. I just had images of Syd with his easel and his paints, you know, bumming around France, Spain or whatever, and just being a painter and not having the pressure of being in a band and all that stuff. So we making up a little story about Syd, which never happened, but as a tribute to him as well, I suppose. Singing golden hair. The song itself, melodically anyway, it made me think with the backing track, when I was listening to the backing track, it made me think of like an old sort of 50s sort of tune or something. I think my wife was away at the time, so I was kind of missing her, so maybe that's part of that's in there, I don't know. You know, often with a piece of music, wherever I hear a piece of music, it'll make me think of something. It might be a phrase, it might be a feeling, or sometimes even a line of lyrics, and I'll just kind of expand on that really. But normally there's always something, when I hear a piece of music, it will suggest something to me anyway. Yeah, we try to keep them fairly short, quite concise, yeah. And well, I always think it's a mark of a good single or a good track when you know, you can fit a lot in, and you look at the timing and it's only 2.5 minutes, but it feels like I've just been this 5-minute journey or something, you know. It's hard to do that, I think. It's quite difficult to do that, and I think it's a definite art form which I would aspire to. But I think, yeah, to compact a lot of ideas in a short space of time, it takes some doing really, and I think it's an interesting way of working, I think. The riff from it came from playing live from the tour, where we were jamming on a track. I can't remember which track it was. It was one of the tracks from Sonic Kicks, and we have done this kind of little jammed outro thing on it, which is where I got that riff from, and just kind of built around that, you know. And I was trying some different harmonic things as well. I had my guitar tuned differently. It was not standard tuning, and I was playing these chords which all sounded quite mad on it. I suppose it's got a bit of the sort of some of the 70s German sort of kind of feel to it, maybe, you know. Maybe a bit of Neu, maybe, I don't know. I don't think the record necessarily sounds like Neu, but I mean that's possibly an influence.
Millie can't go, she has no dress to wear.
It's got that sort of 30s German cabaret thing to it on the verses, but then it sort of goes somewhere else on the choruses, and the words are quite sort of mad on it. They're like a little, almost like one of them Liszt songs, but it's just about these different little characters. And then the chorus is totally disconnected from all that. But whether it's a pointer to where I'm going next, I haven't got a clue, because it's too early to say at the moment. And it's just a good tune, I don't know, fuck that.